Hi, folks. Welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Man, is it humid today. It's getting warm and it's humid, and for the next 2 weeks, there's supposed to be a heat dome over a good portion of the United States, including here. And they're saying some really hot and very, very humid temperatures. And it's been very humid. I mean, it's just been like a sauna, especially in the evenings and stuff. And, we're only in mid-June. It feels like, August weather, into July, August weather. It's kind of strange around here. But I guess we will endure it, right? It's not the end of the world. I wanted to show you a new t-shirt. See if you guys like this. I designed this myself. I know it's not super fancy. It's pretty simple, but I don't know. I was sitting around one day and came up with this and thought I'd have it slapped on a t-shirt. Anyways, let me know what you think. I don't want to sound like a doom and gloomer. I don't want to be one of those that's constantly screaming that there's going to be nuclear war around every corner and that World War III is going to happen. I mean, I think technically we've been in World War III for a while. It's just not directly with the United States. It's been kind of a cold World War III. But anyways, that's beside the fact right now. Things look quite heated up. A lot of things have happened this morning. It's kind of started off with the president, Donald Trump, tweeted or posted or shared or whatever on social media. And he was talking about attacks, the bombing raids and stuff that's going on in Iran by Israel. But he said the word we. We are, attacking them. We are handing it to them. And that, Iran's going to get destroyed if they don't, back away, give up, whatever. He went on to say also that the Ayatollah, the supreme leader, that they know where he's at and that he's safe for now. White House came out after that confirming that when he said the word we, he does mean that the United States, but they wouldn't go any further. They said because of security, we're not going any further. So do you extrapolate that they're saying that we are directly involved in the bombing? Because that's what he said in the tweet. So it's just kind of got everything going crazy. He tweeted out again, unconditional surrender. I said that this morning, that was going to be it now. It's not just that they denuclearize. It's going to be that they unconditionally surrender. And if that's what they're demanding, we and Israel is demanding, I mean, I personally, I don't know Iranians that well. I don't know their culture that well. I don't know much about them. I just can't see them doing that. We'll see. Germany says that they're making a decision by today on whether or not to be involved in this to assist Israel directly, and it's looking like they will. President called up a Security Council meeting. The Pentagon and other officials said that they are drafting up plans to go in and be play a proactive role as part of the attacks. Every naval asset pretty much in the region has set sail and is moving into that area. We've got B-52 bombers that are now within bombing reach of Iran. Bunch of fighter jets confirmed have been sent over there. Military deployments have been extended in that region. It's getting crazy. Israel said that they are very confident now that the United States within the next couple of days or so will absolutely be involved directly. But it sounds like we already are. I don't know. It's everything is so confusing right now. There's a lot of emotion and energy going on right now online because it's this back and forth of whether we should be doing this and whether we should not. It's probably the same way with you watching. Some of you probably think we need to go over there and do this and do it quickly. Some probably think we have no business in this. I trying to be neutral as much as I can just to make the video. I mean, I'm not neutral in my personal opinions, but I mean, Donald Trump, in a large part, was a big old horsefly just came in here. He did campaign. One of his big campaigns was no more wars, no wars. Now, I had been telling you all along that I think that I thought that when he said that, that did not include Iran. I said that over and over again, that I thought that we would go to war with Iran. And it's what it looks like it's going to happen. I guess the question also remains is the rest of the world going to sit by and allow that to happen? Is Russia their closest ally? Is Pakistan? Hezbollah says that they're ready to assist Iran. They just have to ask. The word is that Iran hasn't asked anyone to help them. It hasn't asked Russia or anyone for assistance. So if they do, will their partners come and help them? Will we then have a kind of a world war? Yeah, I've been telling you as far as, especially right now in the world, Iran is a pretty serious place. I mean, we're talking close to a third of the world's oil and natural gas supplies, 20 to 30%. It's a big deal. And it looks like it's very possible that we could be at a war. And I think that's going to change a lot. Oil prices are going to go up. They've been going up gradually. But seeing oil prices, gas prices at the pump go up $1 or $2 a gallon, I think is within the realm of possibility. So you should be preparing and stocking up on that right now. Other things, like I said, it's not like we have necessarily the fear of, America being bombed. But I think if this happens, seeing potential for terrorist attacks happen here, I think that's very real. I think we have to be ready for that. We need to keep our head on a swivel, be very alert of what's going on around us. Your situational awareness is very important right now, more so than, because there's a lot of other things going on. There's just a lot of things. It's like a big old soup of bad things that's happening. And so you need to be prepared for that. Stock up on things. All the typical little prepper things should be done. Make sure your vehicles are good. If you have a bug out plan, make sure you know what that's all nailed down good. If communications plans, if you get separated with your family, your team, your mag, whatever, need to be talking a lot about this. Try not to get into the politics of this, because there's so much of that happening right now, and honestly, it is what it is. It's not going to change anything now, whether you're defending it or screaming that this is wrong and this was not supposed to happen. It looks like it is happening, and I understand that there's probably still a chance, although very slim at this point, that this can all be avoided, but it looks like that it's happening. And I think right now it appears that the president is listening to the ones that are kind of feeding him, praising him. He's the leader. He was born for this. He was appointed by God to do this, all this kind of stuff. And, I think that what we've seen over the last few months of him, this appearance that he's not aligned with Israel anymore, I think that was all part of this plan. And we need to be ready for it, because I think also this whole situation, I'm not saying this will happen, but I think it opens the doorway, like I was saying, I think this morning, it opens the doorway for the strong potential for, okay, now we need a whole bunch of new stuff. Because see, if we go to war with Iran, and then we start seeing terrorist attacks here, whether they're actual real foreign terrorists or false flags, then we have to have the Palantir, facial recognition, all your data, AI, digital ID, digital currency. We have to have a whole database on every person. We need surveillance drones, all this kind of stuff. We got all these illegals. We got all these terrorists in the country doing all these bad things. It's a good selling point. And this is something you have to kind of realize. This is why I've been telling you that you need to be self-sufficient as much as possible, so that when these things start coming down on us, and it looks like they're closer and closer to coming down on us, that they may not affect you near as much. If you haven't been doing anything, I don't know what to tell you. I always hate to say it's too late, but it's getting very late if you haven't done anything, because the chessboard is set. And like I said, the possibility of this cascading of events, of war and then attacks and then big brother, deep state, big state, Palantir, surveillance, AI, all these things, it's just can happen and happen and happen. Maybe not all immediate. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we attack Iran and then, a week later we've got, spy drones flying around watching us. But it's opening the doorway for those events to eventually happen. And you need to get ready. It does look like it. It may not happen, but it looks pretty strong that, this could be a bluff. This could be a bluff to try to get Iran to back down. But I mean, at this point, like I said, if the conditions are that they completely surrender, that's a hard one to see Iran complying with at this point. They figure that if that's the case, they're going to die anyway, so let's just take as many of them with us. That's kind of, I think, the mentality you might see. Anyways, yeah, I've been warning you about this one, and it looks like it's very possibly going to happen. Very real at this point. Get your houses in order, folks. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.